History says Benny wins.
He's got good skills, but good is not enough. You can be great.
History says the new up-and-comer beats the former champion. History says the younger guy beats the older guy, right? I mean, I could go on and on. It all favors Benny. So how does that carry over to Tony? Does it carry over to Tony? Look, there is a fine line in genius and insanity. And I'm telling you, Tony Ferguson is a genius. He came out and he just said, he did away with his varsity mentality and replaced it with an Olympic mentality. Now, you may not know what that means, but Tony Ferguson is a national champion wrestler. Tony Ferguson has a tattoo on his back, which is the USA Wrestling logo. So when he's talking about an Olympic mentality, he's talking about a grind. He's talking about a sacrifice. He's talking about a no matter what, I'm going to find a way. That's what he's talking about. And he's now changed his camp and he's trained at the Wild Card Gym. For a lot of fighters, that would really bother me. For any other 36-year-old fighter or 36-year-old former champion, that would really bother me. But Tony Ferguson's a guy who has been on his own for many years. I've seen countless press conferences where they ask Tony who's his coach, and Tony says, let me stop you right there. I am my coach. Benny's going to hit more. Not who can kick harder, who can kick better. Benny's going to kick you more. So these guys, in many ways, they wash each other out. In many ways, they're both going to go 15 hard minutes. So the question does come down to how are we going to score this damn thing? How are we going to score this fight? Well, we're going to score. I touch you and you don't touch me. Name of the game, Clayton Hires 101. This gym to this gym. Tony went from training himself and doing the best that he could to getting some structure. That sounds like a positive to me. And the X's and O's of Benny versus Tony, right? If you're going to Tony, his last two fights were very confusing. They really were. Let's just back up and just let's walk down memory lane real fast. Tony versus Gaethje for the championship. What was so unique about that is Gaethje outstruck Tony. We've never seen Tony get outstruck. It's a big surprise, but it's what happened. When Tony took on Oliveira, Tony got out-wrestled, which was a big surprise because we've never seen it happen. So it was one of these things where Gaethje came out one-minded, which was striking. Oliveira came out one-minded, which was grappling, and specifically the wrestling. Oliveira did a great job on top two. I will give him his due. But the surprise was that he could take Tony down. That was a surprise. I'm reminding you guys of this because the fight's been separated. I just want to remind you, generally speaking, when you're dealing with Tony, your problem you're going to have to deal with is can you be here at the end of the night as much as he is? Tony loses the first round a lot more than you may be aware. but he's just getting going. He's one of those guys. He's just getting going. Tony has lost the first round and stopped the fight in the second more times than you're aware. It's not a matter if he throws the first away and then grabs the next two. Tony will throw the first away. You will be so exhausted, he will stop you. You won't make it out of the second. You go look at Tony's record. You go look a little bit closer. How did he win those fights? With what positions did he win those fights? Tony's won fights with ground and pound from the bottom. Some of those are registered as submissions. Go back and watch them. It wasn't the triangle that Tony won with. It was the elbows that he put in your head while he had you trapped in a triangle. I'm just sharing with you, Tony's a very unique guy. And generally, the biggest question you have to ask yourself is, can I keep up? Can my pace keep up with his pace? Well, if I was to bring in Beneil Dariush, I got to give Benny a lot of those same compliments. And one thing that Benny does do, and as recently as his last fight, which was a rematch over a guy that he'd already beaten, and he had to do the rematch because nobody wanted to fight Benny, but Benny just goes harder than you. Simple as that. We got guys at 155 pounds sitting on their ass, believing that they're going to walk right into a championship fight. I'll let you know they're not. Wherever they heard that, however high up they heard, they're not. They're not. Championship fights are going to go to the guys that are fresh in people's minds, same as every other championship fight since 1993 when they set this cage up. You are not going to sit out and be remembered or be cared about, or all of a sudden the next thing that you see in the fight business is cameras coming to your house to make a show because they're going to cut up some B-roll and drop you in a pay-per-view. Unless your name is Brock Lesnar, that's never happened within this sport before. Your name's not Brock. I bring it to you because Tony's giving out opportunities, but nobody thanks him. That's a side note. Benny and Tony got a war coming. They got a war coming. There's going to be a lot on it. Whoever comes out of this is going to come out in a very good position.
We go again.